The Bible says, and when they saw him, they cried for mercy. Somebody say mercy. Mercy. You see, many don't know how to thank God because they don't understand the act of mercy. Everything you enjoy today is a product of mercy. When you understand mercy, no one will compel you to be grateful. Listen, thanksgiving is not a repayment. Thanksgiving is an understanding of the mercy of God. Thanksgiving is not a repayment. Thanksgiving is a proof that you understand God's mercy. What is mercy? Mercy is the best of God released to handle the worst of man. Mercy is the best of God released to handle the worst of man. Mercy is when God gives you what he reserves, not what you deserve. Because if it's about what you deserve, there are altars crying against you. If it's about what you reserve, there are forces speaking against you. There are errors you've slided into. So mercy is when God gives you what he reserves is blessing. What he reserves is lifting. What he reserves is opportunity, is expansion, not what you deserve. Somebody say, Lord, have mercy. In Habakkuk chapter 3 verse 2, he said, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make it known in wrath. Remember mercy. When God was talking to David over Solomon, he was talking to him in context. He said, David, let me tell you about your son. Because God sees the end from the beginning. So in 2 Samuel 7 verse 15, he said, I will not withdraw mercy from him like I withdrew mercy from Saul. Sir, if I were to put in line side by side, Saul and David, I will tell you personally, if I'm following legalism and the act of morality, which has now become the gospel on pulpits today, legalistic gospel, morality, do, don't do. You see, if I follow that, I think David did more terrible things than Saul. All Saul did was impatience. He couldn't wait. That was all. David took a man's wife, killed the man. David's family was a mess. David's son committed incest. David's son Absalom wanted to behead his father. David's son Adonijah wanted to usurp power. David's lineage was a mess, but God said he's a man after my heart. Mercy. Today, what we see is legalism. So God was saying the reason that only the tiny error of Saul, I held it against him, was because I withdrew mercy from him. When you see, mercy simplifies errors. Mercy simplifies errors. Today, what we see is the gospel of legalism. You are not a preacher of righteousness because you are shouting sin. In fact, you are a preacher of sin. A righteousness preacher does not shout and talk about sin. He talks about the righteousness of God. Because the strength of sin is when you focus on it. If you want to overpower sin and master sin, understand the strength of purity. The reason today why people are still bound by sin is because of the consciousness of sin. Because the strength of sin is dominance. The strength of sin is dominance. That is why it says sin shall not have dominion. When you understand that for you to walk in righteousness, begin to see yourself as a master over sin. I can't lie. I can't steal. How can you be walking with somebody? Every level today is a test for your tomorrow. So you cannot be an apprentice and you are working with somebody and you are stealing from them. You are too big for that. You can't corrupt your future. Even when others are doing it, I believe that Joseph was not the first person Potiphar's wife attempted to sleep with. She has been doing it. It was a regular thing. Joseph was not the first. For her to practice that act in her bedroom, she must have done it in the kitchen. She must have done it in the living room. But Joseph was the first to resist. Others who compromised, where are they? Only one that said no became a prime minister. When you are conscious of your tomorrow, you are careful of your today. You can't steal. No, you can't steal. You can't take what is not yours. You can't tell a lie. This is not a struggle. It's not, don't lie. But no, you can't. It's not in your DNA. Am I communicating now? They give you money the same way they left it, they meet it like that. Because you understand that this is a temptation for your next level. Every act you see today, every act, every practice, every process of today is a test for your next level. When you are conscious of tomorrow, you are careful of today. Tell your neighbor, when you are conscious of tomorrow, you are careful of today. Say that to 2 more people.